It's the Charlie Bahama Show. Yeah.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here. Our new season of the Charlie Bahama Show, and I am your de facto minister of culture until we get a real ministry of culture. And this could even be sort of our ministry of culture.
Oh, Bush tea, sir.
Oh, thank you, Livingston.
Kevin.
Livingston, thank you so much. So this could be our de facto ministry of culture. It could be one of the spots. I'm going to be looking to see where we're going to put our ministry of culture. This is actually Dungalik, but it is sort of a ministry of culture. It's a cultural place, and we're going to talk to Pam Burnside, the lady of the manor here at Dungalik. We're going to talk to her about the Tru Tru Bahamian contest we have on Cable Bahamas, okay, RTV, and that's where you can win trips to hotels throughout the Bahamas, okay? I mean, all the big hotels. So Pam's going to talk about some of the clues in culture and history, but we're going to talk to Suzanne Pattusch. Oh, I love saying that name, Pattusch, and she's going to tell us about all the hotels that are participating, how you guys can win. So I'm sure you've been seeing the clues pop up on Cable Bahamas, and you're writing in, sending in the answers. I know you're doing that, but I'm going to give you a refresher and give you some of the clues, okay? So all throughout the show, I'm going to show you a little clues, okay? You can't win it on my show because I ain't got no money, okay? You can't win that. So you just got to watch Cable, and then you'll win there, okay? So just watch and send in your answers, and you guys will be winners. And also, we're going to have Eddie Bethel on. He's going to also talk about culture because his entire family, he's from a lineage of culturalists with his dad and his mom, his sister Nicolette, keeping the vibe alive. So we're going to talk to him as well about that, and University of the Bahamas, all right? So stay tuned right here. We'll be right back with more culture on the Charlie Bahama Show. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Keep up with all things Charlie Bahama by following Charlie Bahama on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Get behind-the-scenes access to Bahamian and international celebrities, along with travel info, tips, photography, and video. Like, share, and follow Charlie Bahama on all social media platforms. And subscribe to our Charlie Bahama YouTube page to catch up on all past episodes and bonus clips. You can also go to charliebahama.com anytime. We always keep the lights on. The Charlie Bahama Show. All that same flair with a little less hair.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and we are here at Dungalik with the amazing Pam Burnside. And Pam, this is, to me, because I'm pushing this whole season to get a separated ministry of culture. So, and I'm looking all over the Bahamas to see where I'm going to put my ministry of culture. So this is a nice spot here. This is
Sounds good.
This is the fact. I am, until they get the ministry of culture and appoint someone, I'm the de facto minister of culture.
Oh, yes.
And this could maybe be my de facto ministry of culture.
Yes, Minister.
Because you are one of the cultural ambassadors. There's so many, but you are one of the top. And I have Eddie on later. He's going to talk about it. His sister, his whole family is, big time cultural. But we're talking Tru Tru Bahamian, that contest that's on RTV Cable.
Right.
And I know you guys, like I've been saying from the intro, you recognize this contest. If you've been watching Cable, you'll hear bing, and you'll see clues of Bahamians, places, people, things I never even knew myself. Because, I'm the one sort of researching, and thanks to Pam, who gave me a lot of stuff I did not know. We're able to sort of educate the Bahamians out there.
Yeah, it's a wonderful show. I always enjoy it, and of course I can't take part.
Yeah.
But it's always good for Bahamians to know their history and to know their heritage. And so this is a great way to do it. It's fun, and you get a prize.
You get a prize, I know. We're going to talk to Suzanne later, Pattusch, who's going to talk about the amazing hotels that the winners get to go to. I wish I could go.
Yeah.
On this show, I'll show you some of the images, and then you go to my social media pages, Charlie Bahama, and you'll see, more of the clues and the images I show. I'm not going to give the answer, but they can go to social media at Charlie Bahama to see the answer to it. You ain't gonna win nothing on my show because I ain't got no money. Okay, but if you watch Cable, they got money and they got trips. So y'all got to play there. But Pamela, I'm here because of culture. And like I said, you're my go-to. And so tell me why you think culture is so important, and why you think a ministry of culture would be so important.
Well, you know, culture is such a broad area, and it encompasses our whole life, everything that we do. And you can't make it a tag along at the end of another ministry, because this is something that who he is. It is all Bahamian, and it defines about who we are as a Bahamian. And it's so very important, and along with culture comes the majority of the people, because the culture resides where the people are. And over the years, Jackson and I, you know, we made that our life's work. The Bahamian culture was something that was a best kept secret. And so it was time for people to know about it. And because of Dungalik and all the things that we've been involved in, the whole point of it was to get Bahamians as well as visitors to know what Bahamian culture is all about. And, you know, as I said, it encompasses everything that we do as Bahamians.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, you know, a lot of us know the names. I got this next batch of clues that they're going to be putting on a lot of the schools, because a lot of people out there may not know these schools are named after actual people. And I did research for this, and like A.F. Adderley, I mean, like, we all know, I think most of us know who A.F. Adderley is, but it's the father of Paul Adderley, who was the AG, and then also my doctor was his son, Dr. Francis Adderley. That was my doctor since I was a baby.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and so A.F. Adderley, you know, Alfred Francis Adderley, that's what the AF is. C.C. Sweeten, that's Charles Cecil. C.I. Gibson, Charles Irving. They had a lot of Charleses, and I'm Charles too, so hopefully a school will be named after me. The School of Idiots will be named after me. But there's so many L.W. Young, Leon Wilton. I mean, like, I'm learning a lot just by doing this thing. So all those clues will be on the Tru Tru Bahamian you know, contest on cable on RTV original. So y'all better, you know, look out for them. I'm going to flash, you know, some of these pictures on, and then you go to my social media page and I'll show you who it was. But we're going to give you a hint, sort of juice you up for this, because some of these in the beginning they were sort of easy, but they're getting hard now.
Right.
You know, like hard to the point that I don't even know them. And even after I do the clue, I still don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these would have been people who would have been contemporaries of my parents. And so, you know, we would know the names, and they would come to the house, and you know, they were friends of the family kind of thing, between Jackson and myself. And so, you know, we would know, because this is another generation now, many generations, because I'm close to 70. And so that's the difference, you know, these people are our ancestors. And that's also a very important part of culture, that we need to know our history, we need to know the people who set the way and cleared the path for us to move forward, you know. And so that's why this show is so very important, and Bahamian culture is so very important.
Well, that's why you're important, because you are passing it on. And that's why we have to make sure the next generation knows this. Hey, listen, if you go to one of these schools, you should know who it's named after.
Definitely.
And know what their photo, you know, what their picture looks like.
And each of the schools should have all that information prominently displayed. And once you come into the show, that should be the first lesson that you get. All of the new students come in should be told this story of the person who they represent in their school uniform and whatever.
Yeah, that's super important. I'll tell you one thing, Ministry of Education, you all got to up your game, because I go to the website and there are no pictures of these schools. If you want, call me. I'll go to every one of these schools and shoot a really good portrait of each school. That's what you all need to do, okay? Whoever's the new Minister of Education, make sure that happens.
That's right.
Good images of each school. And also, as Pam said, if you can find a photograph or the image of who it's named after, put it up.
Right.
You know, that should be prominent. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's not only schools. I keep saying the schools, but we have the clues from the landmarks, Bahamian landmarks, all around the Bahamas, not just Nassau, actors, artists. Right now I'm concentrating mainly on people that are not here anymore, you know, to keep their flame alive. But as we go on, we'll start, you know, trickling in people that are still here.
Right.
But, you know, keep watching that, man. It's a good contest, and you could win.
Can't beat that.
You know? So, I can put you on the spot now. So who do you think Where do you think would be a good place for our Ministry of Culture? And who are some of the names you think? Because this is another thing, is we need a Minister of Culture that
Knows culture.
Right.
Yes, that's an important thing. How could you be in charge of a ministry and you don't even know what the ministry represents, you know? So it's very important that the person who is there, and when you think of someone like Clement, who was in the ministry, and he lost a lot, he had a lot of stress in the things that he did, but at least he was a well-respected culturalist, and people knew who he was, so when he spoke, he was given that respect. And he was, you know, usually would get what he asked for.
Yeah.
But I remember many stories of him being so frustrated in that post because, you know, it was something new to be talking about our culture and making sure that it was done in such a way so that people came away with pride being Bahamian because that's who we were.
Yeah, and we have, he's one of the clues.
Right.
See, watching this show is like studying for the SAT because I'm giving you clues to the clues, okay? So yeah, no, for sure. And we're going to be talking to his son in the next segment.
And of course, that's Jackson's family as well.
Oh, y'all all connected.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. All connected.
Yeah.
Y'all the smarts. The smarts. That's why I hang out with you, you know.
Oh, okay.
You know, if you can't be smart, hang out with smart people. Okay? Because then other people assume you're smart. They're
Yeah,
like,
of
oh,
course.
Charlie, he must be smart. Anyway, Pam, it's always a pleasure being here with you. And thank you so much for helping us,
Oh,
you
you're
know,
welcome.
with the Tru Tru in terms of, you know, the clues and helping, you know, keep culture alive.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right. More Charlie Bahama right after this.
The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back.
Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and we are still here at my de facto Ministry of Culture at Dungalik. I'm your Minister of Culture de facto until they get the real one, and this may be a good candidate right here. Annie Bethel in the house. Now, usually I have your sister on, the pretty Bethel, but you know, I had to settle for him today. No. It's so good to have you on the show as well, especially when we're talking about culture and this Tru Tru Bahamian, you know, contest that's on cable, which, you know, Bahamians could win prizes to hotels throughout the Bahamas, not only in Nassau, but they could go to the out islands. We had people winning in Andros at Swains. Somebody won at Swains and Andros.
Nice.
At Valentine's in Harbor
Harbor
Island. Remora in Harbor Island,
Nice.
and you know other, you know, and Tano over in Grand Bahama,
Yes,
and
yes.
a lot of places. Like Grand Bahama's got like 3 hotels, so they can win all over. And actually, you don't know because people don't know the clues, but your dad is actually one of the clues.
Fantastic.
Okay, but you can't enter anyway, so it don't matter. But yeah, but people don't know his father is Clement Bethel. You come from a prominent cultural family. I mean, you know, your sister is Nicolette
Yes.
Bethel,
Yeah.
and of course, even your mom. I mean, like, you couldn't do nothing else but be cultural, eh?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks very much for having me on the show, and thank you so much for the work that you're doing with the show, because it's such an important educational opportunity. I think that we are losing so much of our rich heritage, and this is a perfect opportunity to provide those links back to not only the individuals, but some of the institutions and some of the cultural memories that are too easily being lost.
And you're at the University of the Bahamas,
Yes.
so is the university also trying to, you know, have curriculum?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, we have been trying to launch full BFA programs, Bachelor of Fine Arts. And I think that we've just recently got approved our BFA for painting and visual arts. And we're also now trying to push the Bachelor of Music to get accepted. So it's very much at the forefront of what is our vision as a university. We also plan to establish a fine arts museum and cultural center as a part of the overall development plan. So yeah, cultural development, cultural heritage is very, very much as the center of it. And of course, you know, Nicolette is there. And then there are also a number of prominent Bahamian culturalists who are there now still. Chris Justillion, Keisha Oliver. So, you know, there is a lot of cultural activity going on, and I'm really happy to be in the middle of it right now.
Wow. Now, do you also agree that there needs to be a separate Ministry of Culture?
Yeah, absolutely. It was funny when just after the election, there were several of us saying, because, you know, they released the ministers one by one, sort of dripping it out, and everyone was like, oh, you think this time they can do the Minister of Culture? And, you know, I guess we're going to have to wait for a little longer for that. But it's an idea whose time has come. Mm-hmm. You know, I think even if you look at some of the international institutions that are operating here, like Bahama and Atlantis, it's almost as if they have moved beyond what we ourselves are doing, you know, in the vision that they recognize for their properties. They realize that they can't just sell sun, sand, and sea anymore. You know, there has to be a cultural component that is integrally a part of what they offer. So I think that we're going to get there.
Hey, people, you all out there, you all got to tell all your MPs, tell the people you want a Ministry of Culture, how important it is to have a Ministry of Culture. And I think working hand in hand with the Ministry of Tourism, but, you know, that would be amazing. And there's so many cultural people. Right now, I'm the de facto Minister of Culture because I just said it, you know. But there's so many people like Eddie and Nicolette and a plethora of people that could be the Minister of Culture. And even folks that are elected, you know, have, you know, cultural background. You know, a lot of them are lawyers. You know, maybe we need some more culturalists as MPs. So Eddie, thank you so much. And just so you know, we've both been fully vaccinated, and I had to take a test because I flew in. So I'm fully, you know, vaccinated and tested. So that's why we could do this, and that's why we still do it outside in the sunshine, which I know has been wreaking havoc on the cameras up and down. The sun been going in and out, but we had a rainy day, but hey, the sunshine. Yeah. So Eddie, you take care of yourself and keep it alive, teaching the youth.
Thank you.
The youth STEM.
Thanks very much again for having me. Like you say, thanks to Cable Bahamas, and thanks for all the work that you have been doing all your life, really, to promote culture here in the Bahamas.
Oh, man. We'll keep doing it, man. More Charlie Bahama right after this.
Follow Charlie Bahama on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or go to charliebahama.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, and we are still here at Dungalik, and I am here with Suzanne Pattusch.
So I was going to say, you better say my last name the way they usually say it. Pattusch.
I love that name. But Suzanne's with the Bahamas Hotel
and Tourism Association. Yes, BHTA.
Yeah, and we've been working a lot together. First with the vaccination PSAs to get people vaccinated months and months ago, and so we're all fully vaccinated, and we have to test often because we travel.
Vaxxed to the max.
So we are, vaxxed and tested often, but also we're so excited because we're working with you on the Tru Tru Bahamian promotion on cable, and I spoke to Pamela already, Burnside.
Oh, bless her, yes.
And also Eddie Bethel, because we talked about the history and why it's so important, this Tru Tru Bahamian contest we're doing to keep young people knowing our history.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know how excited you are about it, but I want to talk to you more about what these folks can win.
That's what I'm here to talk about today. Fantastic. So the Tru Tru Bahamian treasure hunt. If you win, the whole other concept, other than having the participants, making sure they know and research and learn about the culture and the landmarks, etc., is that they get to go to a beautiful place in the Bahamas, though. So all the prizes are staycations, because we want to remember what a fantastic country we live in and play in and stay in. And our prizes are scattered throughout, so you get, usually it's a 3-day, 2-night stay.
Right.
And oh my goodness, our islands that we've had. And I know you know all the hotels. We'll go
Yeah,
through and
'cause
make
we've been
sure we
doing
have
them all,
exactly,
right.
we've been doing them all. But Eleuthera, Exuma, Nassau Paradise Island, Andros, Grand Bahama. You know, so for us it was important to ensure that the entire archipelago, all of our family islands, were able to show what gems with these resorts and the things to do. A couple of our properties, fantastic. The prizes actually said, and not only stay at our hotel, but then explore.
Right.
Go out and explore. Do a kayaking tour, you know, a glass bottom boat tour. We want you to come and see the island, not just our resort, but the things that there are to do in this island, on this island.
Because that was over in Grand Bahama.
Yep.
You know, so Tano Beach, also
Pelican Bay,
Viva Fortuna,
Yeah.
Swains
Yeah,
Key,
oh
and
my
Andros.
God.
I stayed at Swains Key. It's awesome over
You
there.
were just come back from there not too long ago.
And then also here in
fantastic.
Nassau, you got Comfort Suites,
Margaritaville.
Atlantis, you know, the biggies,
Yeah,
Baha
Baha
Mar.
We got Sunrise Beach Club and Villas now coming on. We have in Exuma, Grand Isle. I don't remember. Yep.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
stayed there a lot too, because when I did the Pigs of Paradise, that's where I was home based out of Grand Isle.
okay.
So I wish I could win these.
I know.
But I
You
can't
and- I
play
know,
because we're
I
doing
know.
the contest. But let me tell you something. All those places are beautiful.
Yeah. Eleuthera too. And that Remora Bay. Goodness me, we have Valentine's. Yeah,
We
we're
got so
making sure
much.
we have everyone. It's like this is our treasure chest. You know what I mean? It's like think of opening up a treasure chest and picking up a gold bullion. This is your piece of gold here in the Bahamas.
And more coming
and
on.
more coming.
Because
How-
everybody's so excited. And more hotels and properties are going to be coming on. So the main thing for you guys out there, it's simple to play. All you got to do is watch Cable Bahamas. I think it was between 6 and 11. These
icons come up, these little clues. That's
and
why it's a treasure hunt.
I'm sprinkling the clues throughout this show. As I told them, they can't win nothing from me because I ain't got nothing. This is all I have, some paper and
a
a
mask.
really
There
pretty
we go.
mask. See my Bahamas
True,
mask.
true Bahamian
See, that's
mask.
a
Get
true,
that.
true,
There
right?
you go.
That's all I got. So, you know, if you win, I could give you a mask. But you watch Cable Bahamas. That's where you really win.
Yeah.
Why was it so important for you guys to be involved?
I think number one, we've always loved doing the promoting the culture and history and customs, cuisine. Pam and I and a slew of incredibly talented artisans have always worked. I mean, we're sitting with our backs to, but right here at this beautiful cottage, which has all things Tru Tru Bahamian.
Yeah, the craft cottage.
In it, the craft cottage, exactly. So local sourcing, Tru Tru Bahamian festival we did. The culinary competition, we field the national culinary team to go compete in the Caribbean, showcasing their incredible talent. God, we've got some amazing chefs, amazing culinarians and mixologists here. So it's always been something that we hold very dear to our heart. Number one, because the tourism dollar, we want to ensure more people in the Bahamas benefit from the fruits that tourism bears, you know, and local sourcing enables that. So now we're saying, you know what, stay and play. This is another thing. We have had, you know, quite a time with this pandemic. And it did actually cause us to look internally and go, you know what, I may not want to get on a 6-hour flight. I want to support my local Bahamians now more than ever, our local entrepreneurs and businesses. And why? Because there is such an amazing array of things to do.
Yeah. So you guys play, watch Cable, play the Tru Tru Bahamian treasure hunt, and you can win all these fabulous gifts. I gotta say to you, Suzanne, you gotta be a little more up. You're so done. This girl knows how to promote the Bahamas. Let me tell you.
I'm passionate. I feel
know
it when
you
people
are.
are passionate. Ask Pam. My goodness,
I
Pam,
know.
it just like effuses from her. Emanates.
Exudes, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So keep watching. And I'm going to give you a couple of clues just to get you ready for the big contest where you can really win. All right? Charlie Bahama right after this. The Charlie Bahama Show will be right back. Well, thanks for watching another episode of the Charlie Bahama Show. I'm so excited about this new season, which is going to be as much culture as I can pack into it, okay? Because we want the government to form a Ministry of Culture, separate Ministry of Culture. And I think it's something they could do and they want to do, okay? They've been talking about it and talking about it. No more talk. Let's do it, okay? So I want you guys out there to keep watching the Tru Tru Bahamian contest. So keep watching our TV, channel 212, and you keep seeing those clues going up. Just keep watching, write it down, okay? And you can win amazing prizes to these beautiful properties around the Bahamas and the Out Islands, all right? So until next time, we'll see you right here on Charlie Bahama, all right? Peace.
Charlie Bahama Show. 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 Charlie Bahama Show.